These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
And now Dallas' starting group. They've got Kyrie Irving. Najee Marshall is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Klay Thompson. And it's Gafford in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, a point guard's responsibility in part in today's NBA, get their guys going. And Kyrie Irving doing just that.
Now here's Thompson. Davis with the defensive effort.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Şengün with a steal. And stolen by Irving. Shot is up. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Well, what do? If you play up on Kyrie, he'll go by. If you back off him, he'll pull up. Pick your poison, doesn't matter.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. We talked about facing a premier defender like Anthony Davis, and Coach told me AD is obviously a tremendous offensive player, but his impact on D is even greater. He's an elite rim protector, and he moves like a wing out there on the perimeter. Without a doubt, Davis covers a lot of ground defensively. Back to you, BA.
And Allie, thanks. And it's Green off the drive. And he gets it to go.
This is Green at his best. Electric off the bounce. And a great finisher.
Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stats.
BA, this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Dallas shooting their first free throw of the night. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
They grab their own miss. Pass to Thompson from the arc. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, this is his prototypical shot. Klay Thompson from 3.
Here's Şengün. Left side, Green. There's the triple. On target from range. Green's got 5 points.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Irving. Pass to Marshall. Back to Thompson. 6 to shoot. Thompson, a screen on Van Vliet. Irving, the pass to Davis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on him in Thompson.
And the more Davis has added muscle during his career, it really has helped him on the offensive end. It forces defenses to foul him.
Holiday's checked in for the Rockets. Thompson against Davis. Oh, they get a hand on it. And he lobs it up. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Dinwiddie, he's checked in for Dallas.
Well, the ability to rise and fire off the catches to find Klay Thompson.
Brooks with it. Marshall's there. Stolen. Here's Davis. And Davis slams it home.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
There's Davis with the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. And the Mavericks with some changes. Lively, he's checked in for Gafford. Washington comes in for Marshall. And Christie subbed in for Thompson. Here's Dinwiddie. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Green finds Şengün. Brooks from outside. That shot, no good. And Dallas with possession. They're on an 18-7 run. Lively passes to Christie. Tries the spin move. Outside Davis. Off target from three-point range. Rockets trail by 11. Pass to Brooks. And here is Green. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Green. Thompson with a screen. To the middle. Now here's Şengün. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocks it down from distance.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
Davis, the pass to Lively. Davis against Thompson. Up top, Davis. Davis a screen. Here's Christie. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Whitmore is out there with Shepherd, and it's Eason in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And Houston making a change here. Adams is checked in. Now here's Eason. Screen by Eason. For 3, Smith sinks the tray.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Irving for 3. The Rockets pull it in. All by himself. Here's Shepherd. Shots blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Prosper's checked in for Dallas. Smith with a screen on Irving. Smith outside. Pass to Adams. And stolen by Williams. Here's Prosper. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Fast break, here we go. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Grant, soft touch, but hard nose. That's Reed Shepherd.
Yeah, B.A. His shooting alone makes him a pro. But his tenacity, toughness, and commitment to his overall game give him a chance to make him a star.
Here's Shepherd. Eason up top. Smith outside. Left side, Whitmore. Pass to Eason. Shot clock at 6. Now Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Wow. Smith going for a slam. He wants everyone to know that he's arrived.
Outside for Irving. Lively with it. Back to Irving. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first
Knocked
half.
loose.
2 minutes.
Here's Whitmore. Here he goes. And the foul on Cam Whitmore. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
Amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. And Dallas also making a switch. Exum's checked in for Williams. It's Exum on the wing. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving.
Well, Dante Exum knocking down shots will put a smile on this team's face. He continues to work on the offensive end.
Şengün, the screen. Brooks, the pass to Şengün. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Şengün's got 5.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Pass to Christie. Now Irving. Irving, a screen on Brooks. Three-pointer. Christie's shot is off. And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. They trail by 6. And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul of the game. Smith, he's checked in for Houston. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. They've led by as many as 11. Here's Lively. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Dallas shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
And that one's good. Green.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
Lively with a screen on Van Vliet. Pass to Prosper. Back to Irving. And it's stolen by Van Vliet. Down low. Here's Brooks. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
A throwback wing. Dylan Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
Irving with a deep 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Rockets trail by 3. And it's Thompson penetrating. Van Vliet, the pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Irving for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Irving's got 7 points here in the quarter.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Dallas on top. They're up by 4. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
So the Mavericks 5 right now. Dante Exum is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Daniel Gafford, and it's Prosper in at the 4. Now here's Thompson, and here's Van Vliet from the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
Rise and fire in the catch and shoot. Fred Van Vliet ready and willing.
Irving against Van Vliet. Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. All right, Doris, Kyrie Irving is a special talent. What's his greatest asset, you think, on the floor?
Oh, PA, this is a tough question. If you ask NBA players, they'll tell you the guy with the best handle historically is Kyrie Irving. But to me, his best attribute, fearlessness, the ability to deliver when it most matters.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Rebounded by Prosper. Dallas has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Christie passed it to Irving. Exum outside. Irving with it. Checked by Brooks. And the shot's good by Irving.
Yeah, the way Kyrie varies his pace, hard for any defender to guess right.
Green in the post. He's guarded by Exum. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. For the lead. And there's Green on the assist by Brooks. Green's gotten 4 this quarter.
And right now, Green's got the hot hand, and it would be wise to keep going to him.
Irving for 3. Buries it from 3.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Van Vliet. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Exum. Back to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Van Vliet deflected. Irving with it. Green picks him up. Pulls it from the top of the key. Got it. And now it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
I think one of the things you have to be in awe of is how creative and how elusive Kyrie Irving is to deal with when he's cooking offensively. This guy truly a remarkable talent.
Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Whitmore comes in for Van Vliet. And Dallas with a change here, too. Thompson's checked in. Now here's Irving. He's got 18. And this is his second attempt at the line tonight.
Second personal foul.
Free throw good. Green.
And for Green, it's about trying to be consistent. He has talent, and he needs to play to his strengths.
Christie's checked in for
2
Irving.
minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Outside Eason. A minute 53 left in the third quarter here. And here's Thompson for 3. Outside Whitmore. On the wing, Green. Outside Whitmore. Pass to Eason. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to Dallas. They've led by as many as 11. Here's Prosper. Defended by Thompson. Out to Thompson. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got his 6th rebound on the night. Rockets trail by 6. Pass to Thompson. The 3 is up. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got 4 rebounds now. The 3 from Thompson. The shot off that time. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
Things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Green, the pass to Eason. Back to Green. Right side Eason. 16 feet out. And it's in there. Here's Christie. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Dallas, no good that time either.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Thompson passes to Eason. And here's Green from the arc. Offensive rebound. He shoots again. And there's the play by Eason inside. And now just a 2-point Dallas lead.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. The Mavericks on top. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Aaron Holiday out there with Williams. And it's Eason in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Eason. Williams finds Eason. Shot clock at 5. To take the lead. Christie with a rebound. Thompson outside. Oh, Thompson buries the tray.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Rockets trail by 5. Screen by Eason. Here's Holiday. The Mavericks pull it in. Thompson outside. From outside the arc. Rockets with a rebound. Şengün's got 8 rebounds in the game. Eason against Thompson. And it's Eason penetrating. And he goes right over Anthony Davis and slams it down.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim. Now here's Thompson. To the right side. Lively passes to Thompson. They double team Thompson. The fader. Eason pulls it in.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Screen by Eason. 3. Smith gets the 3 ball to go. And it's a tie ball game.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Now here's Thompson. Who poked away. Exum passes to Davis. And the foul on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul of the game.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And the Rockets making a change here. Whitmore's checked in. And Dallas making a change here. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Smith outside. To take the lead. Drops in the 3. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
This is Smith's game. Set him up and he'll knock him down.
Foul. Aaron Holiday. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Outside for Irving to stop the run. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
We all know that Irving wants to be the man to hit that shot. And when he takes it, he usually finds a way to finish.
Now here's Whitmore. Pass to Eason.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
To the left wing. For 3, Smith. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got 5 rebounds in the game. Washington passes to Davis. Counted and the foul. It's going to be on Jabari Smith.
What an emphatic bucket by Davis. This is a guy who never backs down or gives up.
Adams checked in for Houston. Dylan Brooks comes in for Eason. Christie's checked in for the Mavericks.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. We talk about clutch. This guy is it.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Jalen Green, he's checked in for Holiday. Now here's Smith. Back to Green. Yes! And the foul! It goes on Kyrie Irving.
Absolutely fearless. Green takes the big shot like it's any other bucket. That's exactly what this team needs right now, completing the and one.
Green against Irving. It falls again. He's now 8 for 12 from the floor.
Now, when the game is on the line, Kyrie is the guy you want taking the shot. He is a stone-cold finisher.
Smith Smith with it. Irving picks him up.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
If there were ever a play to change the momentum, that might have been it. The bucket, the body, and now the lead.
Davis. Cash.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, man, he plays with a relentless motor. In clutch time, too. Davis always wants the ball in his hand.
Now here's Green. Green takes it to the rack.
And demonstrating how fearless he is, Green welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Thompson outside. Offline with a three.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now Irving. Fires the three. Can't get the three to fall. Smith outside. Fires from the wing. And it's good. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. The pressure is on. And he's got a plan to share with his guys. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
They need to find a three fast. A zero hesitation look. Tough, but not impossible.
Irving for three. And so the big win by Houston in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous...
in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the 5, down low. The shot by Thompson, no good. Leonard against Thompson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Brent, Kawhi Leonard seems to be at his best. He is his most incredible when it matters the most.
Yeah, I think we sometimes tend to forget about how dominant Kawhi was in the performances at the biggest moments during the NBA Finals with his MVP awards, and it's mostly due to the fact that injuries have taken him away from those moments. But it's all in there. He is capable of dominating a game on both sides of the floor, Kevin, and I hope that there's another opportunity for us as fans to see him have one more crack at that, if not a couple more, before his career is over.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. And the wait is now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. Our coach told me the key is to stay disciplined on defense, especially when guarding James Harden. He said James is special offensively. He's a master at manipulating defenses and drawing fouls. So, of course, they don't want to give him easy points at the foul line. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Dunn, wide open, he fires, and he's good on the 3 ball.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
It's Thompson off the drive. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
The 3 from Harden. It's rebounded by Şengün. Rockets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. For 3, Van Vliet. Another miss by Houston. LA's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Leonard, no luck.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Thompson sets the pick for Van Vliet. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Harden. And here's Leonard from 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
This team relies on that shot from Kawhi.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Good on the 3-point shot.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Nobody near Leonard. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Leonard. He has 5. From downtown, it's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. Brooks from outside. Drills it from outside. Brooks has got 8 points.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Thompson. Tari Eason's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Whitmore in for Fred Van Vliet. Drains the 3-pointer.
Oh, the corner isn't always Green's spot, but we know he's got the skill to hit from there.
Harden outside. Back to Leonard to end the run. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac. Houston making some changes. Şengün comes in for Steven Adams. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Jalen Green. And then for Los Angeles, Amir Coffey's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Bogdanovich comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Ben Simmons in for James Harden. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Eason. Off target from three-point range. Bogdanovich looking around. Simmons, a screen on Eason. Here's Coffey. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Houston on top. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then there's Whitmore. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Holiday in at the points. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And Zubac has proven that, Brent, there's still a place in the league for old school centers.
Well, I think he plays, Kevin, with a combination of talent around him that allows him to situate himself right where he needs to be. Impactful around the basket, a huge rebounding presence, a guy that brings some physicality, and he's been in a perfect slot to show why it is he's such a valuable NBA player.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Houston leading by 6. Stolen by Zubac. Pass to Jones. The tray. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep in the second. Buries it from three-point range. Smith's got the lead up to 9 now for Houston.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Eason. 5 to shoot. Fires it up. Smith, no good.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Sinks the triple.
And Bogdanovich, a three-point specialist, loves those corners.
Here's Whitmore. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Clippers trail by 3. Jones, the pass to Bogdanovich. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Smith surveying the D. Oh, that's blocked. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, Bogdanovich. Here's the 3. And it's Bogdanovich. Again missing. And looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. And it finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Dylan Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And it's Green and for Cam Whitmore. And then for the Clippers, Leonard comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's James Harden in for Bogdanovich. Now here's Green. And it's off from three-point range. Harden against Holiday. Harden outside. The three. Hands it from downtown. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
You better be right up on James Harden or else he's going to bury these threes, and he will do it in bunches.
They get the rebound. Şengün finds Brooks. Stolen by Harden. Jones sets the pick for Harden. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Houston's gotten into trouble with the three ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And here's Green outside. The Rockets with another miss. And it's the Clippers' ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Outside Leonard. Back to Harden. A three. That ball. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Harden's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Clippers. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Green in the corner. Şengün with it. Houston moving it around. They kick it out to Green. Şengün passes to Holiday. And here's Green outside. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Los Angeles.
Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Harden. There's the three. Brooks grabs the board. Green in the post. Thompson inside the line. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubats in at the 5. You know, Brent, throughout his career, Kawhi Leonard has always been sensational on both ends of the floor.
It's a great point, Kevin, and it's sort of making me think about history. You know how history can sometimes be boring, but it's something you should study. Kawhi Leonard is that kind of player. Young guys should be studying what Kawhi represents in terms of his two-way prowess, dominating on the offensive end, and just a menace on defense. So kids, history is important. Study Kawhi Leonard.
Wasted no time on that one. Dunn's got 9.
Yeah, not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Harden kicks to Leonard. Harden dishes to Leonard. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Powell against Van Vliet. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from outside. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he's got a smooth stroke from long range. Van Vliet doesn't just hoist them up. His three-pointers are always going to be high-quality shots.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer. So for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but he's also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Leonard, no luck.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
The 3 from Harden. Offensive rebound. Over to the wing. Here's Dunn. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Dunn's got 12 in the game.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
No, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Powell, no one around him. That 3 off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pulls up on the wing. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Great job by Norman Powell off the catch.
Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 11.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Done outside. Feeds away. Here's Zubac. Leonard, that's for 2. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And that's now 10 points for Leonard. From deep, Green. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac is Harden with it. Picked up by Thompson. Powell, that's good.
Good play by Powell. Just a strong field to take the 3 that time.
Şengün, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The 3 from Harden. Fred VanVleet grabs the miss. Green against Leonard. Shoots the 3. And it's Green missing. Gets it off. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Los Angeles looking at a 13. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Green is up there with Whitmore. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And it's Green with the jam.
Oh, explosive energy from Green off the steal. Running the floor like no one can stop him from getting to his shot.
Bogdanovich wide open. And again, it's the Clippers from deep. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Dunn passes to Bogdanovich. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And another 3 for the Clippers.
How about that touch, Bogdanovich? That time from way out.
Rockets trail by 15. Green taking his time here. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, Their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
No good on the 3. Clippers leading by 13, and Bogdanovich kicks to Powell. No good from outside. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Şengün, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
LA has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. From past the arc, the Rockets pull it in. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Whitmore. The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Thompson misses.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Bogdanovich has got 9 points here in the second half. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
One of the most versatile defenders in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard getting all of that.
Here's Şengün. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Outside, Green. Wide open. Powell pulls it in. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Bogdanovich kicks to Leonard. No good there off the double clutch. And the Rockets with possession here. They trail by 16. 14 feet away. It's rebounded by Leonard. Now the Clippers with it. Dunn with it. Now defended by Whitmore. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. 15 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Thompson outside. In the corner, it's Whitmore. From deep three-point land. Off on that one. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
take a look at this matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
And now the Los Angeles starters. Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. James Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the center position. And here's Davis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Marshall, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Irving. A three off the inbound. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Irving knows exactly when to let that shot go. He's a knockdown threat from deep for sure.
Harden, the pass to Leonard. The three. Nails it from three.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
The drive by Irving. Pass to Marshall. The three is up. Leonard pulls down the board. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
All the talk is about Harden scoring, but I tell you what, he can dish that rock, too.
Davis from long range. Oh, solid D from Leonard.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a three of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
For Dallas, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. And finished off by Davis.
High above the rim. Not many guys have that kind of length and verticality. I mean, Davis, one of the very few.
Now here's Irving. Davis with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. With the fadeaway. Pass to Irving. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Harden from outside. Pure from three-point range.
Harden with that catch and release, lightning quick.
Thompson fires from way outside. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Davis against Harden. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Davis. Out to Thompson. Launches it. Irving, the pass to Thompson. That three's off the mark.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. He's focused on what they need to do to stop James Harden, saying they need to be aggressive defensively without putting him on the line. Once he starts racking up the freebies, the game slows down, he gets into a rhythm, and from there, it's a domino effect.
And Allie, thank you for that. And finished off by Davis.
There's no stopping that. AD is too long and strong to bother that alley-oop.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Leonard for three. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got his 5th rebound in this one. Thompson against Harden. Corner shot. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. And it's all knotted up. And Harden's got the ball here for the LA Clippers. Into the lane. Let's go with a three. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Harden. Leonard's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Leonard scores at all 3 levels. He's a threat anywhere on the floor.
And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And Dallas making a change here. Washington's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jones, he's checked in for Dunn. And that one's good. Irving.
Not just range, but confidence, too. Irving can capitalize from way downtown.
Here's Harden. Outside Jones for three. And the Clippers hit again from deep.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Mavericks trail by 3. Washington finds Irving. Washington, a screen on Powell. Back to Washington. The floater. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
So for Dallas, Marshall, he's checked in for Davis. Christie comes in for Washington. And it's Dinwiddie in for Klay Thompson. Now here's Bogdanovich. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Coffey. Back to Bogdanovich. 4 on the clock. Fires for 3. And Los Angeles, another 3.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Irving fires from way outside. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Well, offense is the order. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
They've got Najee Marshall. Spencer Dinwiddie is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Derek Lively. And it's Christie in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Zubac passes to Coffey. From deep. First shot won't go.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And if you're looking for identifiable team mascots, Clark, some say the Mavericks champ, the horse, is near the top of the list.
Yeah, he does get after it. Also, the Mavs man. Dallas is rolling out a couple of iconic figures to keep that crowd on fire.
And it's Irving missing.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, wasn't able to cash in.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the officials.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie.
Well, it's all about being confident from there for Spencer Dinwiddie, a capable threat from distance now.
Jones misses. Lively with it. He's picked up by Jones. It's stolen by Dunn. Coffey, the pass to Dunn. From behind the arc. Hits the 3-pointer. Dunn's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, how about Chris Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look elementary.
To the middle. Lively passes to Dinwiddie. Here's Christie. The 3. Dinwiddie, no good. Simmons looking around. Pass to Jones. Now here's Simmons. He's guarded by Exum. And there's Simmons on the assist from Jones.
Boy, energetic drive that time by Simmons. Pushes right through the defense and gets it to go.
One thing that always stands out, Clark, the way Derek Jones Jr. can levitate off the floor.
Yeah, he's got tremendous bounce. And you're right, he can just suspend himself in the air, which is unique. And it allows him to be an excellent defender because he can be 5 feet away from a guy and still bother him with his bounce and his length. And he's also become a pretty good corner pocket three-point shooter, too.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Coffey. Pass to Dunn. Back to Coffey. Outside Simmons. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Coffey can't get it to go.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Clippers.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
Powell, he's checked in for Lively. The Clippers lead by 4. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Harden from outside. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
And Harden's got the ball here for Los Angeles. Bogdanovich from long range. Powell pulls it in. Dallas has gone 4 of 7 from 3 during the second quarter. And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Prosper's checked in for the Mavericks. Ivica Zubac's checked in for Los Angeles. Norm Powell comes in for Bogdanovich. Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard. But Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Leonard, good.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Boy, there's not much to not like about Spencer Dinwiddie's game. He's a 6'5" combo guard. He can handle the rock. He can play with the ball, off the ball. Love his versatility.
Edwards, he's checked in for Prosper. Eubanks, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jones comes in for Dunn. Harden surveying the D. Launches a 3. Oh, and another 3 for the Clippers.
3 points.
For 3, Powell. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. It's been one outstanding game from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the second half. Harden and Powell, their backcourt. Kawhi is the 3 with Jones playing the 4. And it's Brown in at the 5. Irving for 3. Fires in the triple. Irving's got 9.
Never lacking confidence. Zero hesitation from Kyrie there.
Brown with a screen. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Thompson scanning the floor. Irving against Powell. Irving, the pass to Thompson. For the tie. To the wing, right side. Jones against Davis. Davis with a screen on Powell. Irving, a good-looking shot from the wing. 11 points in the game.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good, absolutely, virtually impossible.
The Mavericks trailing. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian, Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities.
Well, you know, Harden will do that every chance he gets. He cleverly goes into the defender looking for the contact to draw the foul, and nobody does it better.
Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Eubanks, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Batum comes in for Jones. Here's Batum. Hits the trifecta. Batum's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
The outside stroke of Batum, too nice. He knocks him down in bunches.
Irving, no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. Leonard outside. Nice move. Batum outside. The jump hook. Shakes him. Outside for Harden. Fires the 3. And the Clippers hit again from deep.
Capable of doing great damage from outside. For Harden, I think it's simply about shooting with confidence.
Wow, that's good.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Pass to Batum. Stolen by Davis. There's the 3. Davis polishes off the break.
AD showing you his energy at the defensive end, being the catalyst for a fast break chance.
You know, Clark, 2024 saw Anthony Davis make his return to the All-Star game.
And really, B.A., such a pleasure to see him back on the court, healthy and producing. That's not been an issue. The issue has been him being hurt and not being able to be on the court. But he's a perennial all-star when he's healthy and playing and doing exactly what he's done throughout his career at both ends, be a dominant center.
Back to Powell. There's the triple. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harden with it. Checked by Washington. Over to the left wing. No good on the triple. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Kept alive. Pass to Thompson. Now here's Davis. 5 on the clock. And there's the lob. Powell with a steal. Here they come with numbers in transition. From downtown. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got 6 assists in the game. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Clippers?
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
For 3, Powell. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Batum's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Powell. From outside the arc. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds now. Irving for 3. Knocks down the triple. Irving's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
Tonight has been all about Irving. When he's clicking, his offensive game is devastating.
Leonard with a screen on Thompson. Harden, the pass to Leonard. Outside for Harden. Puts up a deep 3. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. It's lost. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. Then there's Davis. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Christie in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
You know, Davis is so long and strong inside, he almost forces you to foul him.
And he can't get the first one.
Anthony Davis. 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. And so it's Bogdanovich with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. Leading by 5. And Klay Thompson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
He didn't have his feet planted. Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And Dallas making a change here. Gafford's checked in. Here's Irving. Back to Thompson. Clock at 6. Pass to Irving. Tries again. It's down. His 7th make in 13 attempts today.
Irving so good and crafty at being able to get things done with a high percentage shot inside.
Bogdanovich passes to Coffey. Back to Bogdanovich. Here's Dunn. Off the mark there with a 3. Mavericks trail by 3. Left side Irving to tie it up. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. Davis has got his 3rd assist of the night. Coffey, the pass to Leonard. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Bogdanovich against Davis. Here's Coffey. The 3-pointer off the mark. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. To take the lead. Thompson's shot is off.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Leonard passes to Bogdanovich. Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. It's stolen by Leonard. To win the drought. Pass to Coffey. Leonard with a screen on Irving. Here's Coffey. 3-pointer off the mark. Dallas is shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Thompson finds Irving. Gafford the screen. And Kawhi Leonard gets the whistle that time. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. The Mavericks making a switch here. Washington's checked in. The Clippers making a switch here. Irving a screen on Harden. The 3 from Thompson. Again, the miss by Dallas. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th. Leonard passes to Harden. With the drive. Out to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Harden. Lets it fly. Yes! They get the go-ahead bucket.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Out to Thompson. To take the lead. It's rebounded by Zubats.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting. And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Harden with it. Irving picks him up. Harden, the pass to Leonard. Dunn outside. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time. And now a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, I really admire the determination with which Dunn plays. Staying confident in his shot at all times.
Irving finds Thompson. Washington a screen on Harden. Tries to break his ice. Back to Irving. Deflects the pass. Fires from deep. Here's Gafford. He connects. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
And it's Harden penetrating. Leonard with a screen on Thompson. Pass to Leonard. This one for three. Davis knocks it loose.
Got to be careful putting up a shot around Anthony Davis.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Lively. Christie.
16 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Irving, the pass to Christie. And there's the screen. Here's the three. The three won't fall. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So a close game sees the Clippers taking this one. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up for
JJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Sengun out there with Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
First team foul.
Van Vliet looking around. Inside. Shot clock at 5. Up there for Sengun. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the pick and roll delivers. Van Vliet making the right decision, giving up the rock.
And Green launches it from deep. Rebounded by Gafford. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Now here's Van Vliet following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Lets it go from deep. And Davis pulls it down. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, Jason Kidd and I talked a few minutes ago. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint will be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. And here's Thompson following Jalen Green's 3. Lets it go with the 3. The shot missing. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Van Vliet outside. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Back to Van Vliet. Houston moving it around. Fires for 3. Houston needs to get a shot off. Goes up on the high post. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here he goes. And a wide open hook for Irving. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And a fixture of Mavericks games for years. Team governor, Mark Cuban.
And since buying the team in the late 90s, Cuban has really changed how we view running a team. Very involved, bringing the Mavs their first title back in 2011. Cuban's the most passionate fan in this arena. He lives with each trip down the floor.
And here's Irving following Fred Van Vliet's 3. And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got his second basket.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And a change for the Rockets. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Alperen Sengun.
And expect smart plays like that from Van Vliet. He is a clever floor general who knows how to create.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Green. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Green drives in. Van Vliet finds Thompson. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Almond will blow right by you.
Now here's Thompson. Still yet to score. Over Green. Thompson misses.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
They kick it out to Green. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And for Klay Thompson, Richard, he's entering a different part now of his career.
and it happens to all of us. Father Time is undefeated. But Clay's game, his ability to hit threes as an elite level, that is not going anywhere, Kevin.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Derek Lively comes in for Daniel Gafford. And Washington subbed in for Najee Marshall. And here's Smith after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. To the left side wing. Eason passes to Holiday. Şengün with the screen for Holiday. Pass to Şengün. Here's Smith. Launches a three. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Thompson outside. Shoots from the corner. It's rebounded by Houston. Outside Holiday. It's good from long range.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Rockets lead by 7. And the second. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Holiday in at the point.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
Well, but there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screen. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Williams, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And a wide open look for Whitmore. And he's good on the three ball. Whitmore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Irving for 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Going right back at them. Kyrie answers with a 3 of his own.
Rockets leading by 4. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Smith missing.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
The kick out to Irving. Williams sends a screen for Irving. And it's Dallas with another.
I love seeing Irving's work in the mid-range, intelligent at reading the defense and recognizing when to take these shots.
RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Lively the pass to Christie. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Back to Lively. Lively sends a screen for Irving. Pass to Lively. Washington kicks to Williams. Outside Irving.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Another shot. Eason grabs the board.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Here's Whitmore. Smith outside. Takes the 3. And Lively pulls it down. Mavericks trailed by 5. Williams with a clean look. Pass to Christie. Lets it go with a three. Drills the three-pointer. Christie's got 9.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Whitmore. He's guarded by Williams. Smith on the wing. Jacks up a three. Traps in the tray. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Irving against Holiday. Pass to Eason. Smith outside.
Switch.
Back to Eason. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lively's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. Outside Williams. From outside off the mark. Houston leading by 5. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Outside Green. Van Vliet outside. Another miss by Houston. Williams attacking. Here's Gafford. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Houston leading by 5. Daniel Gafford is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Irving. Then it's Thompson. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. 6 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. That's good on the jump shot. Van Vliet's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Houston. And Van Vliet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that Van Vliet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
Irving can't hit. Rocket shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Van Vliet kicks to Thompson. That's good from Van Vliet on the assist by Thompson. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 10 now for Houston. The Mavericks shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Outside Irving. Davis setting the pick for Irving. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Kyrie Irving.
Coming onto the floor for your Mavericks.
And it's the Rockets with the ball.
Spencer
They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Brooks the pass to Van Vliet. Marshall with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Dinwiddie for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Dinwiddie's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And stopping on a dime.
Dinwiddie staying in control and sinking the pull-up.
Kick out to Adams. Thompson outside. Van Vliet against Dinwiddie. Lock at 6. Over in the corner, Green. The trade. That one doesn't go. Good D by Thompson. Pass to Marshall. And here is Gafford. Marshall passes to Gafford. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dallas. Şengün's checked in for the Rockets. Tari Eason comes in for Dylan Brooks. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Dinwiddie against Van Vliet. And the wide open shot from Green. The Rockets with another miss.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
What do you want? Agility, he's got it. Height, he's got it. Davis has every advantage on this play. Defenses just can't effectively counter him.
Van Vliet against Washington.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Takes a three. And that's good. Fred Van Vliet for three. Van Vliet's got 8 points in the quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
So, RJ, the Rockets last year, they were exactly at 500. 41 up and 41 down.
Still, they missed the play-in by 5 games. In the East, they easily are in. That just tells you how difficult a rebuild in the Western Conference is. And Houston is up against it.
Thompson misses. Houston leading by 11. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Smith checked in for Houston. Van Vliet against Dinwiddie. Van Vliet right side. Dinwiddie against Smith. Smith with a screen on Davis. Just 4 to shoot. And Smith gets double teamed. The Mavericks pull it in.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And here's Washington outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
The high basketball IQ of Klay Thompson, finding a better look there.
Green against Thompson. Green kicks to Smith. Eason with a screen for Smith. Pass to Eason. For 3, Van Vliet. Offensive rebound. Down low. A second chance effort. Green dishes to Smith. Tries again. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And so it's Houston in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And you have to... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
He does do a great job steering the ship for them out there and keeping the offense clicking.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Williams is out there with Shepard. And it's Eason in at the 3 spot. And the call will be against Jabari Smith. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Williams. Here's Exum. Pass to Christie. Fires the 3. And that one is off. Rockets leading by 6. Out to the right wing. Whitmore with it. Picked up by Thompson. Eason against Christie. Here's Whitmore. Smith kicks to Şengün. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Whitmore. Nailed from 3-point land. And the Rockets lead by 9.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a 3-point shot now.
Christie can't make it. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Pass to Shepard. In the corner, it's Eason. Şengün passes to Shepard. Out left to the wing. Here's Eason. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Christie kicks to Thompson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
It's so hard trying to stay down on that pump fake from Clay. He's just so tricky and crafty.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Space in the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
Smith outside. Back to Whitmore. From deep. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They've held a 12-point lead early. Şengün with the ball. Guarded now by Marshall. Smith, no good. Mavericks trail by 6.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Taken away by Holiday. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. The Rockets with another miss. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. It's taken away by Smith. Here's Whitmore. He's covered by Thompson. Misses the 3.
Another missed 3, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
And Irving launches it from deep. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Davis with a screen on Howland. Irving for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
And you got to admire Irving in these situations. Doesn't let pressure overwhelm him. In fact, he embraces it.
Whitmore, and another 3 for Houston.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from 3-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Rockets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Whitmore. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. For the screen on Howard. And on the way from Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Here's Whitmore. A 3-pointer off the mark. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. They get it back. Outside, Davis. 3-pointer. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And that's what you call a big-time shot by a big-time player. AD demonstrating just how clutch he really is.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
We'll see what they draw up. 3-pointer is a must.
Irving can't hit. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic...
big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
So the Houston starting five. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Thompson out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the center position, locking down the middle.
Well, I mean, listen, Fred Van Vliet, you can practically close his eyes. That's how comfortable he is out on the arc.
Now here's Leonard. Over Thompson. Leonard gets the bucket.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Van Vliet against Harden. And here's Van Vliet. Jacks up a three. It's rebounded by Zubac. Now Los Angeles with it. Outside Harden. 4-3. It's rebounded by Houston. Oh, stolen by Harden. Leonard outside. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Leonard's got his second basket on the night.
Well, ready on the catch. Your pre-shot preparation is on point. Kawhi, the catch and shoot.
Doris, not long ago, the Clippers were not associated with star power.
It's very true, B.A., but they are now. And it's not just the talent that they have. It's the experience that their guys bring to the court. They now have a core of big-time players who've been through virtually everything in the league.
Now here's Powell. Leonard, that one's good. Leonard's got his third basket of the night.
That is absolutely ridiculous range from Kawhi. My goodness, it feels like he just stepped across half court.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Now Los Angeles with it. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about Fred Van Vliet and how Coach hopes to counter him. Coach told me I'd love to put size on him and give him an unfavorable matchup. But the truth is, it's all about hustle. Just staying on him as much as possible. It's a pretty straightforward strategy, but Coach hopes it's effective. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Dunn. Harden, deep three-point land. Offensive rebound. Pass to Leonard. From the arc. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Brooks. Şengün finds Thompson. And it's all from three-point range.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down. Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Gets the three to fall.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Now here's Thompson. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it.
Part of passing the rock, it's calculating risk and reward. I don't think that was a great decision.
Jones, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Smith, he's checked in for Şengün. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Rockets, trailing by 2. But Doris, you won't find too many players that can provide the instant spark that Powell does.
Brian, you know that expression, know your role and star in your role. Norman Powell knows my job is to come in and give my team a boost. And this guy comes in thinking score and change the game, and he does just that.
And he's a selective three-point shooter. Kawhi only takes them if he feels he has a good look.
And it's good. 2 points. Los Angeles leading by 3. Up top, Harden. Yet to see a basket. Over Van Vliet. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, Zubac knows his job, and that's to do the dirty work. Get into the offensive glass.
Well, Houston's shooting an unremarkable 30% in the first. And that one's good. Green.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Harden, the pass to Leonard. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got his third assist of the night.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Leonard. Harden surveying the D. Shot clock at 5. Lets the 3 fly. Leonard can't get it to go. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Outside for Brooks. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. It's Los Angeles. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
It's Jones at power forward with Zubac at center. Bogdan Bogdanovic is out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Coffey in at the 3. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second. Eason, good.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the 3 in transition.
Here's Simmons. Zubac with it. Shoots over Şengün. Zubac's shot is off.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Pass to Whitmore. Let's go with a 3. Over to the wing. Holiday passes to Smith. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Jones finds Bogdanovic. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Throws it up high, and it's slammed in by Zubac.
Man, did Zubac get off his feet in a hurry. What a finish.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they have the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys, and court. Not only that, their G League team moving into a brand new arena in Oceanside, renewing the San Diego Clippers moniker. Brian, a lot to be excited about for this Clips team.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Beyond the arc. He can't get it to go.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Pure from three-point range.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Fires the 3. Coffey can't get it to go. For Houston, they've gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Nails it from beyond the arc. Coffey's got 6 points. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
And the basket by Holiday.
Yeah, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And the basket by Coffey. He's got 9.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Bogdanovic, no good. The Rockets trail. Pass to Holiday. Here's Eason. Takes the 3. That shot missing. Holiday against Simmons. Now Bogdanovic. No good on the 3. Holiday from long range. Outside Whitmore. The 3, Smith. Knocks down the long J. Smith's got 6 in the quarter.
This is Smith's game. Set him up and he'll knock him down.
Here's Simmons. Outside Bogdanovic. Zubac, screen. Bogdanovich, no good. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Clippers trail by 4. Pass to Coffey. The 3 is up. And it's Whitmore with the rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Puts up a 3. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Jones, the pass to Coffey. Jones sets a screen. And the basket by Coffey. Coffey's got 12 points in the game. Outside Whitmore. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Zubac has got rebound number 11. Here's Coffey. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And the second free throw is good. And he nails the third.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Clippers ahead. They lead by a bucket. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kicking off the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. Pulls it from the corner. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on the last-place team. But no wonder nothing seems to faze him.
Now here's Powell. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Three-pointer, Brooks. The Rockets with another miss. The Clippers in the lead. Pass to Dunn. From the wing. Out to the right wing. Outside Harden. Three-pointer. They get it back. Leonard outside. Launches a 3. Look at Leonard. Dialed in from deep.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Now here's Leonard. 17 points in the game. Harden can't hit.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Van Vliet outside. The 3 is up. Fires in the triple. Van Vliet's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Harden against Van Vliet. Leonard passes to Powell. It's good. And the assist that time from Leonard. Powell's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Thompson with a screen. And here's Green from the arc. Oh, Green from distance.
Oh, my. I mean, Green is ready for a duel at the arc. I mean, he's always an eager three-point shooter.
Harden finds Leonard. Dunn outside. Harden with a screen on Green. 6 to shoot. Fades. Harden misses.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Pass to Dunn. Leonard outside. with the tip. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Jones, he's checked in for Dunn. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Eason's checked in. Leonard for three. Book it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Starting to look like one of those nights for Kawhi Leonard when he's absolutely dominant on the offensive end.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 7.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now here's Leonard. 7-point game. Biggest lead so far. Thompson with it. Picked up by Powell. And another miss by Houston. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer, and he'll head to the line. It's going to go on Jalen Green. Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's the lead.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
They grab their own miss. Smith outside. Oh, ripped away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Harden. Rockets trail by 10. The three, Smith. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 6 rebounds in the game. Leonard on the wing. Fires for three. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one. Well, Houston's shooting a low 30% from the floor. Back to Smith. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's on Derek Jones.
And when you talk about guys who are built for the modern game, add Smith's name to that list.
And he makes all 3.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Now here's Leonard. He's got 26 from deep three-point land. They get the rebound. And they'll get another chance.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
4 on the clock. So good near the hoop. Leonard.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over, so you've got...
And so it's Kawhi Leonard making highlights for the Clippers. He's been doing damage on the offensive end all night. 28 points in this one. Back after this. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. They've got Chris Dunn, Amir Coffey out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Bogdan Bogdanovic, and it's Jones in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. There's Bogdanovic with the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. There's Bogdanovic with the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Whitmore outside. He buries it from 3.
And with the defender not really committing to him, he fires away.
Leonard outside. Dunn outside. Leonard outside. Back to Dunn from deep. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time.
Kawhi understands now. He commands so much attention that his passing ability has got to be on point.
To the paint. Pass to Eason. It's 2-on-1. And then Bogdanovic with the dunk.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Rockets trail by 12.
LA foul.
And the Clippers making a change here. Powell's checked in. Steven Adams checked in for the Rockets. Van Vliet comes in for Shepherd. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. For three, Smith. The rebound by Bogdanovich. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Pass to Leonard, and it's stolen by Van Vliet. Fast break, here come the Rockets. The Rockets with another miss. Los Angeles leading by 12. There's Bogdanovich with the three. On target from range.
This speaks to the level of confidence Bogdanovich possesses, looking to shoot immediately off the catch.
For three, Smith. Jones grabs the board.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from three is not the answer.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
All game long, they had great energy, leading to ample second chance opportunities, and they converted.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Ivica Zubac checked in for Los Angeles. James Harden comes in for Bogdanovich. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
How'd they pull that off, CA?
Right? Yeah, I'm not sure. A tremendous play. Here's Whitmore outside. He drops it from range.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Pass to Leonard. Robbed. In transition, here they come. From the corner. And it's Whitmore missing. And here are the Clippers now. They're on an 11-3 run. Powell, a screen on Smith. Shot by Leonard, no good. Rockets trail by 15. From deep. Smith, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. Leonard outside. The 3-ball. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Clippers.
Boy, this was one physical game, guys.
They obviously felt that was an advantage of theirs coming in, and they were able to be relentless inside as a result.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Kawhi Leonard.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Whitmore outside. Sinks the tray. Here are the Clippers. They're on a 17-6 run. Harden, the pass to Leonard. The 3. Rebound by Van Vliet. Now Whitmore. .24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Launches it. And Houston, another 3. There's 18 seconds left in the game. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
James Harden understands answering a 3 with your own 3 negates any momentum of your opponent.
So no problem for the Clippers as they get the win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their master. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Davis is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and there's Klay Thompson, and it's Marshall in at the small forward position.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backcourt.
And here's Leonard from three. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. The three connects from three-point range.
Well, going back to his college days, this is one of Leonard's favorite moves, the simple pull-up off the dribble.
And Thompson kicks to Irving. Marshall inside the three-point line. From the top of the key, and it's Irving missing.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you want him taking that kind of shot.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Wow, Zubac's way up.
A three ball, and Kyrie Irving gets the three.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Teron Lue and I were able to chat. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now Thompson. After Norman Powell missed from long range. The three from Davis. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Powell, no one around him. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Great job by Norman Powell off the catch.
And on the way from Irving for three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Harden with it. It's up against Thompson. Nobody near Leonard. No good with the triple. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Thompson finds Irving. Dallas moving it around. Marshall with it. The kick out to Irving. 5 on the clock. Goes up the baseline. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And it's done in the corner from the arc. A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Harden. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Launches from deep. And another three for the Clippers.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
And here's Leonard from three. Knocks down the three ball. Leonard's got 6 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one. Mavericks trail by 12. When you think about James Harden, he's had such an effect on the game. Brett, they changed the rules because of him.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because you can think about it a couple of ways. There was a system change for James Harden to try the system, and then, as James has said himself, he became the system. So leaning into all of the analytics of basketball, you have to have somebody who can represent all of the things that system would require, and it came in the form of the beard for many years. And that kind of offensive output is something that is going to be, we'll be hard-pressed to see that again, Kevin.
Don't underestimate the physicality Thompson has. He's much more than an outside shooter.
A three from Leonard. On the wing, Harden. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, and here we go with Marshall. Nobody back. The kick out to Irving. Lets it go from deep. That shot, no good. Harden outside. From past the arc. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
You just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right here. Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Kyrie Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Christie in at the 3, the small forward. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
That's where you got to give Zubac the ball because he's good at capitalizing close to the bucket.
Irving sets a screen for Washington. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Clippers. Jones drives in. Pass to Zubac. Bogdanovich looking around. Fires the 3. They get it back. Outside, Jones. Outside, Simmons. Second chance shot. Driving to the basket. Yep, that one goes in there. Simmons got his first points of the night.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
And it's Washington missing. Clippers leading by 7. Outside, Bogdanovich. From downtown, he's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Bogdanovich has such a nice repeatable motion on his perimeter game. Beautiful 3-ball there.
Dinwiddie for 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Mavericks trail by 7. From deep, Washington. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Simmons against Dinwiddie. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. 3-pointer. Rebound by the Clippers.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Great. What a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill. Even in youth basketball, I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Eubanks is checked in. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Simmons, a screen on Christie. Bogdanovich against Dinwiddie. Bogdanovich, no luck. Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Christie. The 3-pointer is right on target. Christie's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about the awareness of Dinwiddie? Excellent job spotting the open teammate there.
Irving against Simmons. Outside, Bogdanovich. Outside, Simmons. Back to Bogdanovich. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the 3. It's the 3-point bomb. Bogdanovich has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, Bogdanovich coming right back down and going right back at him.
Irving for 3. That shot is off.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
On the wing, Jones. Offline with his three. Mavericks trail by 10. That's a 2 from Powell. And Jones pulls it down. Clippers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Outside, Bogdanovich. From outside the arc. Powell pulls it in. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Christie kicks to Irving. And stolen by Simmons. Lays it in off the breakaway. Simmons got his second bucket.
And that's Simmons at his best. So good at navigating the open floor.
Irving passes to Christie. Beyond the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles. Up by a dozen here at the end of the... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Brent, we know that James Harden has won 3 consecutive scoring titles in his past. But now, he really has worked on his game and changed his game to a degree.
Well, that's true, Kevin. Also, the system around him has changed. I mean, what they leaned into in Houston for James Harden to become an offense unto himself was unique at the time. James is a little bit older. He's playing with a different set of players that bring their own skill sets, but he's much more of a passer. He led the league in assists in 2023. So all of his offensive ability has not gone away. It's just manifesting itself in a different form right now.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. Mavericks trail by 6. Stolen by Harden. Pass to Leonard. To the left wing. Dunn dishes to Harden. Puts up a 3. Good on the triple. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
Dialed in from deep, Harden understands when he should look to shoot the 3-ball.
Exum kicks to Washington. Poke loose. And they're pushing it up. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says, with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees, so the experiment is a success.
A huge success, D.A. Thank you. And Leonard gets it to go.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And so Harden will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Leonard looking around. A three-pointer, no good. Mavericks trail by 11. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. Washington's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. A 3 from Leonard. Leonard lets it rip from 3.
mean, is there another guy in the league who knows when his team needs this kind of lift? Kawhi getting those 3 points right back.
Christie can't make it. Clippers leading by 11. Harden the pass to Leonard. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Here's Powell. To the inside. Here's Harden. There's the triple. Takes it out to Leonard. Harden outside. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Powell for 3. That one misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubats. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. Irving sets a screen for Thompson. The rebound by Harden. The Clippers shooting is leaving some to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. Pass to Leonard. This one for 3, and it's Norman Powell with the 3. Powell's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers. Here's Irving, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And those long arms and huge hands, Leonard has all the tools he needs to erase shots.
And that one drops for him.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Outside Leonard. Powell finds Dunn. Back to Powell. Launches it. That's in. Coming off an assist from Dunn. Powell's got 9. 6 seconds left in the third quarter. On its way from Irving for 2. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Dallas. They've got Washington. Kyrie Irving is out there with Williams. Then it's Derek Lively. And it's Prosper in at the 4-man position. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Dunn. And a miss there on the triple. Dallas shooting 43% from the floor. Over in the corner, Williams. Irving against Dunn. Irving kicks to Washington. Back to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from outside. LA has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Coffey. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Kawhi Leonard on the attack. Pushing it up. Nobody near Irving. Another shot. Washington finds Williams. Irving for 3. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And Irving is so difficult to stay with in the pick and roll. The moment he gets that kind of room, he's going to pull.
And the foul called on P.J. Washington. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Amir Crawford. And it's Ben Simmons in for Bogdanovich. The Mavericks also with a sub. Thompson's checked in. Powell with it. Williams picks him up. Takes the 13-footer. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
Clock at 4. Jones dishes to Leonard. A three-pointer, no good. Mavericks trail by 8. Thompson surveying the floor. Thompson, a screen on Simmons. Williams passes to Irving. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Kyrie looks to be ready for anything that the defense is throwing at him. He's in total control.
Leonard kicks to Dunn. Over Irving. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Launches a three. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
Well, they stacked up everything to get to this point. Now they have to shift into overdrive.
And here's Leonard from 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Clippers lead by 7. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pass to Thompson. Back to Irving. Thompson sets the pick for Irving. Over in the corner, Washington. Williams against Simmons. A 3 from Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got the fast break chance. And he lays in the alley-oop.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Traps in the tray. Jones has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lets the 3 fly. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Kyrie Irving. And Los Angeles guys shooting the ball at 42%. Jones sets the pick for Dunn. Got a piece of it. Powell inside. He's covered by Irving. And here's Leonard from 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
Williams up on top. Dunn covering. On its way from Irving for 2. Right wing. Thompson outside. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Lively the bounce pass. And it's off from 3-point range. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And here's Leonard from 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Simmons against Williams. Jones sets the pick for Leonard. Outside, Jones. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
Much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks.